Good Monday morning to you, and as usual I've got the outfit wrong. I've put on a woolen coat but forgotten gloves and hat, not realizing how cold it is. But anyway, here we are. First time in a while that I've walked up to Upper Swainswick and sat myself down in the churchyard. The work is still underway in the church. I've mentioned before how with the help of a lottery grant and other people fundraising, they're doing a fair bit of work in the church to open it up and make it more friendly. This is the church, of course, famous for its pub. The first Sunday, normally the first Sunday in every month, they have a pub in the nave selling beer and wine to help raise money for the church fabric. And it does raise a very important point, because I'm sure the powers that be are thinking about this constantly, that with falling congregations, how are historic little churches like this one going to be maintained in the future? This one, of course, historic in many ways, but one in particular, it's the final resting place of the Woods, John Wood Sr., John Wood Jr., the guys who gave us some of Bath's most popular and well-known heritage attractions: the Royal Crescent, the Circus, and Queen Square, to name but a few. But I'm not here to talk about that this morning, other than to say I'm hearing that they are still hoping to complete the work and open the church in time for Christmas. What I did want to mention was that yesterday I walked through Sydney Gardens. Now, that's another scheme that's benefiting from lottery money, the Sydney Gardens project. The aim is, over the next couple of years, that they are going to transform the look of this former pleasure garden. Once upon a time, when it first opened, you actually paid to go into it and walk around it and dine in it. These days it is a public park, but one that needs a good shot in the arm, which is what it's getting. Well, it was very obvious yesterday that work has started. The upper tennis court has new fencing. The laurel has been cut right back along one side of the Kennet Nave and Canal, the section that passes through Sydney Gardens, and I'm sure there is much more work to be done. Next year, certainly when the weather improves, there's a lot more construction work to get underway. But what I wanted to put the spotlight on this morning was that I'm doing a separate item about what's known as the Sydney Gardens Tree Trail, something that was developed by the Friends of Sydney Gardens and has been written up by Jill Gazzard. Yesterday, in all that bad weather, yesterday morning, Sunday, they were handing out trail leaflets to people passing through the gardens, but you can go online and download a copy of the Sydney Gardens Tree Trail. After that, I wanted to put a link to a much more in-depth walk around Sydney Gardens, written by artist and writer Richard S. Wyatt. I read it yesterday and was profoundly moved by it. It's entitled Walking for Reflecting on Botany, Empire and Deep Time. It's a walk that takes you around various trees, telling you a little bit about how that tree arrived in this country, and the extraordinary and important cultural connections they have, which links us to other places in the world. And I think that's a damn good read at this time of year anyway, if you've nothing better to do and you're sat there by your fire warming your toes and eating crumpets. That's what they used to do in the old days. It's something you can open up on the laptop, read and enjoy. Anyway, that's elsewhere on the screen. Coming up through the old Gloucester Road, I had told Fix My Street about the lay-by just this side of the Lower Swainswick speed gate. Very popular as a rest stop, read into that what you may, but also a very popular spot for just throwing things through the windows of cars and vans. So absolutely crowded with litter. I've got an idea. It's been cleared. There was a large van parked there, so I couldn't clearly see. And by the way, the large van wasn't throwing, or the person driving it wasn't throwing stuff out the window. But I will have a look on the way back, and if it has been cleared, you will be looking at a picture of the cleared lay-by now, and I offer my thanks to Baines for so promptly dealing with it. That's about it for this Monday morning. It's very wintry, and I'm coughing because somebody has a wood fire burning somewhere and the smoke's beating down on me, probably trying to get rid of me. Anyway, I'm leaving the builders in peace today. If one of them had come out with a wheelbarrow, I would have said, can I have a look? But as the doors closed and they're busily at work, I'll leave it for today. I might get a chance to have a little look in a little later this week. Anyway, whatever you're doing this Monday, enjoy it as best you can. Be safe, be careful. I'll speak to you again soon.